Do you know what I think is holding you back way more than bad content? Your overcomplicated workflow. Seriously, I think there's a lot of people out there right now that genuinely have something valuable to share, but they'll never stay consistent long enough for anybody to hear it because the process becomes way too exhausting for them. And honestly, I think that creators were doing it to ourselves. Somewhere along the way, content creation stops feeling fun. Because now, everywhere you look on YouTube, it feels like you need five different programs, crazy cinematic edits, motion graphics, sound design, plugins, color grading, LUT packs, B-roll. It goes on and on and on, all of it, just to post a single video on YouTube. Seriously, how many videos have you seen that are called this? The top 10 must-have plugins, or the editing pack that every creator needs. And don't get me wrong, some of that stuff is completely awesome. There's creators out there doing absolutely insane work. But I also think there's a lot of small creators sitting here watching all of this stuff, and they're thinking, well, I guess I need to do all of that too just to survive. And honestly, that's where I think things start to fall apart way too quick for so many aspiring creators. Because look at this. If you're running an educational channel, a podcast, a business trying to grow your brand, or just trying to connect with your community online, you're probably not creating the next Star Wars movie. You don't need a Hollywood production pipeline just to talk to your audience. And I think a lot of creators forget that. There are channels out there right now with hundreds of thousands, even millions of followers that are doing very simple editing. Some barely edit at all. Look at Kevin Colby, one of the people that I follow regularly. His videos have become so basic. He's just sitting here talking to you. But people keep watching because they all feel real. People connect with them. People trust them. And I guarantee every single client that I work with today, they only book a call with me because of who I am, not flashy editing. At the end of the day, people need to like, trust, and know you. That's it. That's what actually grows an audience, not whether your transitions pack costed $79 from some creator's website. And honestly, I've seen proof of that firsthand already. One thing that I ask every single client that I work with is this. So how did you find me? From what video? From my podcast or from this channel? How did you find me? And honestly, you'll be surprised how many times most people mention finding me from videos on this channel with some of the smallest view counts. Not the flashy videos, not the heavily edited videos, not the videos that got thousands of views, just real videos where I sat down and talked. This channel that you're watching right now, the channel that you're watching this video on, it's just over 8 months old. It's not even monetized by YouTube yet, but it's already generating real income. A lot of my clients come right from this channel, from the smallest view count videos. And I think that says a lot because at the end of the day, people connect with people way more than the production quality of your video. And honestly, I think deep down, a lot of creators already know this, but there's also that weird pressure now where people feel like they need to level up every single part of their content immediately. Better cameras, better lighting, better edits, better graphics. Heck, better effects when you open up, the quick 30 seconds. Oh, you don't want to lose the viewer. Listen, I think that pressure messes with a lot of people because what happens is this. People spend so much time trying to feel like a professional creator that they stop actually creating. It just gets old. The equipment sits there and gathers dust, or they sell it. They completely quit their YouTube channel. Look at how many dead YouTube channels are out there. People just start and then they go away. I deal with a lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that are trying to grow their reach so they can actually build their business. And here's the thing, I went through all of this myself. Go back and check out some of my original videos on my podcast channel. They were far from perfect. Heck, they're kind of cringeworthy. And I was already getting burned out. I tried the complicated workflows. I played with the OBS setups. I tried DaVinci Resolve, all of the other different editing softwares out there, moving files all over the place. Export from this one, upload to this one, re-upload to this one, trying to make everything perfect. And honestly, instead of creating more, I found myself creating way less. I almost quit way more than a few times because the process just started feeling overwhelming. Every video started feeling like this giant project instead of something creative and fun. And I think that's the trap that nobody talks about enough. Instead of looking at you need this plugin or you need this program or you need this or you need that, let's start looking at workflows that are simple. Because if your workflow is so complicated that it makes you not want to create, then the workflow is probably hurting you more than it's helping you. The best part is this. Most viewers, they genuinely don't care about half of the stuff creators obsess over. People care about clarity, connection, and storytelling. That's it. A little bit of energy goes a long way, but the biggest part is your authenticity. At the end of the day, like I said earlier, people just need to know you, like you, and trust you. That's it. That's what keeps people watching, and that's what keeps people coming back. Not whether your transition had motion blur or a swoosh sound effect attached to it. And look, I'm not saying editing doesn't matter. It does. Good editing actually helps, but editing should support your message, not become the entire focus of the process. And here's the best part of it all. While I'm recording this right now, I'm basically just sitting here talking to you. And mentally, I'm just thinking over the things that I can throw in during the edit later. It's that simple. Like maybe I'll throw in a text here, or I'll throw in an image or a graphic pop-up, That's the part that's honestly kind of fun, but it's also the hardest part because sitting here and organizing your thoughts to begin with, trying to explain something clearly and trying to connect with people that aren't really there. I'm staring into a camera. There's nobody here. I'm just imagining the person that I'm wanting to talk to. It's kind of easy because the person I'm talking to was me way back when. And I'm trying to connect with those people. And that's the real creative work. The editing, it's just there to support it all. And even with all of that extra stuff, this isn't some crazy Hollywood level edit. It's just reinforcing the message visually that I'm trying to share with you and keep things just a little bit engaging. That's it. And when I stumbled over a couple words earlier or I had to get a drink, I cut, maybe do a little zoom cut. I think more creators need to hear this because somewhere along the way, simple started getting confused with lazy. And those are not the same thing. Simple can actually be intentional. Simple can be smart. Simple can help you stay more consistent than you'll ever be. Later on, you get so comfortable that you want to learn some more things and you want to go into some crazy editing softwares. Feel free. It's kind of cool. But don't make it so complicated at the very beginning that you lose touch and you quit. Consistency matters way more than that perfection look ever will. Here, this might sound weird coming from somebody that's literally offering editing services, but I genuinely think that most creators would grow faster if they simplified their process instead of making it more complicated. Because if every single piece of content feels exhausting to make, eventually people just stop creating. That's why I think simplicity is so underrated right now. Now, before you jump into my comments and start screaming at me, I'm not talking about low effort. I'm not talking about cutting corners. I'm just talking about removing the unnecessary friction so that you can focus on what actually matters, your content, instead of getting burned out in the process. Because at the end of the day, your audience is probably going to remember how you made them feel way more than any editing that you did. What you helped them with, what you helped them to understand, and the value that you brought into their life. That's all so much more important than any transition or any LUTs that you could ever bring into your video. Here, I think creators are finally starting to realize that though. I think people are getting tired of overproducing everything. AI is kind of driving it because think about this. The more real you are, the more people are connecting to you. Yes, if you're just looking to make money on YouTube, if you're just looking to make money on TikTok and you're not trying to grow a business and you just want to pay your light bill, over edit all you want. Do all the AI videos that you want. You're going to get a few thousand clicks. YouTube or TikTok's going to pay you a few cents. Great. But if you're looking to grow your business, if you're looking to grow your reach, and if you're looking to get people to actually find value in you, edit less and give more. People want connection again. They want authenticity again. They want creators that actually feel human. And I think keeping your workflow simple is going to help with that way more than you know. Because when the process feels lighter, you create more, you experiment more, you show up more consistently. And that process at the beginning, that ideation process, it begins to get a little easier because now you're not dreading the recording and editing piece. And eventually that consistency is going to start to compound. So no, you don't need movie level editing programs. You don't need some insane workflow just to post a video on YouTube. You just need a process that helps you keep creating without burning yourself out. The best workflow isn't the most complicated one. It's the one that helps you actually show up consistently. That's a huge part of why I started Amplify in the first place. Not just to edit videos, but to help creators simplify the process, remove some of the overwhelm, and focus more on creating instead of stressing over every little technical detail. And if you want to learn Riverside without feeling overwhelmed by everything, I also offer Riverside coaching that walks through my entire workflow in a really simple and real world way. Nothing overcomplicated, nothing super technical. I teach it like I'm teaching my grandma how to get the channel back on the TV to the right station. I know a lot of you don't even remember those days, but I'm 47. That used to be the bane of my existence, but that's how I teach. Just practical stuff that helps you start creating faster and with a lot less stress. So if either one of those sounds interesting or might be able to help you out, I got the links right down in the bio. And if you want to learn just a little bit more about Riverside, check out my full Riverside course that I'm building right here. And as always, stay healthy, stay balanced, and keep driving forward. I'll see you next time.